Hello and welcome to the Real Radio Show on UCFM 87.8, coming to you from the University of Canberra on Ngunnawal land. I'm AJ.
And I'm James, and thank you for joining us on our maiden voyage of a real radio show.
Our maiden voyage is crazy. It is our first show. I'm very, very excited for it. Oh my gosh, we have so much coming up. But how has your week been?
It's been a bit bland, bit wet. Not a whole lot going on in Canberra this week.
Really? I've had quite a week. I've been all over the place.
Oh, where were you up to?
Well, I'll talk about it later. I went ice skating, but that's for later in the show. Yeah, went ice skating, done a lot of stuff with friends. I don't know, I'm just trying to soak up, what little left we have of the holidays before semester 2 starts.
Yeah, O Week coming up very shortly as well, and UCFM will have a stall there as always. So if radio is something you think you're interested in, make sure you get down, have a chat to everyone there, be more than happy to show you around the mics.
Yes, do you know what day we have Market Day?
Market Day, it's starting 21st of July, is it not?
Yeah, Market Day's on the 22nd, I believe. We have a bunch of stuff happening during O Week as well. We have a workshop here in the studio that I'll be part of as well.
Oh,
so guys, exciting. Get involved. Get involved. There's so much happening. And also there's so much happening on today's show. We've got lots happening today. We'll find out, about the charity footy match between Canberra musicians and the local media industry.
And we're also talking to a local influencer facing some backlash for her social media content and chatting with local musician Jett Blyton about his new single.
It's just after 4 p.m. and currently 11 degrees here in Belconnen.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can send us a message to our brand new hot off the presses show text line. Very exciting. Grab a pen and paper. Does anyone carry that around anymore? Grab your phone and enter this phone number because you will need it. 0415774405 to get in touch with us here at The Real Radio Show.
Exactly. And you can stay up to date with everything UCFM as well. Follow us on Instagram at UCFM_87.8. And if you're not already tuned in to iHeartRadio to listen to UCFM wherever you are, you should do it.
Who isn't tuned in already?
Exactly. Well, this is The Real Radio Show.
And we'll start off our first episode with a bit of an icebreaker. I think we'll do this moving forward. It's a wacky would you rather that I've pulled from the National Day that we're celebrating today.
Oh, yeah. What's the National Day, James?
It is National Be a Kid Again Day. It's a day for adults to reconnect with their inner child, embracing a more playful and carefree attitude. I think we're embodying that here already.
Carefree and playful. I'm nervous. Nah, I'm all right. I'll be playful and carefree, sure.
Good. It's a day that encourages people to participate in activities they enjoyed as a child and forget about the daily stresses and tap into the joy of youth. What activities did you enjoy as a child?
Probably playing in the dirt.
You can still enjoy that now.
Sure. I guess. Yeah, playing in the dirt, refusing to eat my vegetables. Maybe I'll just not eat vegetables today. How about that?
Did you cross over the two and eat dirt?
Eat dirt and vegetables together? Maybe.
Yeah, I might out my brother a little bit here. He didn't eat dirt, but he ate sand at our preschool. Got in trouble for that a few times.
Well, there we go.
But going to the would you rather, staying in that child theme, would you rather be turned into your childhood self for a day, but nobody believes you're you, or stay your adult self, but you have to parent a hyper version of your childhood self for 48 hours straight?
Oh my God. I think that I was a little bit of a turd as a kid.
Bit of a delinquent?
Yeah, sure. So I probably wouldn't want to look after me, although I was very cute. I had very curly, cute hair. So
sounds pretty easy so far. I'll just give you some dirt and not give you any vegetables.
Yeah, and not brush my hair because it's very curly. I don't know. It maybe, I think I would be myself as a kid. I don't mind if no one believes that I'm me, right? I don't know. I don't know. Unless I didn't have parents. That would be a bit concerning.
Yeah, well, in 48, do you turn back from being a kid in 48 hours? I think that's how it'll work. I
would assume so. Oh, it's turn into your childhood self for a day, but nobody believes you're you. I don't know. What about you? What would you do?
I think it'd be a fun day. I'd rather be a kid than look after myself. There's some great content out there on VHS that my dad filmed of me. My mum was trying to feed me Wheat Bix and I was not having it. She tells me to sit down. Instead of sitting down, I jump on the table. And seeing that now, I don't want to look after that kid.
Yeah, and it's a hyper version of yourself as well. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, up the ante on that.
Gee whiz. Well, there you go. That's us. What about you guys at home? Let us know what you would choose through the poll in our IG story at UCFM_87.8 or send us a message through our new text line. Remember, that is 0415 774 405. But let's move on. We've got another subject. We've got some guests. We've got some really cool guests. But James, as a sports media student, you probably think about yourself one day on the sidelines talking to players and coaches about the game, right? Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Where I'd love to be.
Well, have you ever thought about reversing the role, being on the field?
Being on the field. To go back to that kid chat, that is exactly where I wanted to be as a kid. But then some injuries and some lack of ability is maybe a more truthful answer, prevented that a little bit.
Wow.
So to be as close as the sideline and get on the field to talk to players, that's a dream.
Wow. Maybe you could be on the field. The Reclink Community Cup is an annual AFL game that pits the media industry against musicians to see who comes out on top. The event raises money for Reclink's community sport and recreation programs, which run across Australia. So anyone in media or who calls themselves a muso can be involved. So maybe you could be involved, even if you've got a couple injuries. James? Very cool. To tell us more about the charity and match, we're joined by Haya and Luke in the studio. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
G'day. Thanks so much for having us.
Welcome.
Happy to be here.
And that was a great overview, and you all should absolutely join as players for this year's Reclink Community Cup. We would love to see some UCFM representation in the media team called the Noise, the Mighty Noise, reigning champs.
Reigning champs, really? Wowza.
Well, Luke, you've given your little pitch for media industry people to join the team. Hey, do you want to have a shout out to the musicians to try and get them on your side?
Yeah, join the Milestones. We're better. We were the reigning champions, undefeated until last year when the Noise got up and won, which is actually good to have a bit more competition.
Competitiveness.
Yeah, I mean, people should join in even if they don't think that they're especially skillful, because it's more about having fun and supporting the community and getting out there. There's no really, great athletic skills required to do it.
When you say specially skillful, you're talking about on the field, not musically, because I fit into the not very skilled musically. Great. But how did this event make it to Canberra? Because it began in Melbourne a few years ago.
A few decades ago. So this is a thing that's been happening in Melbourne for 33 odd years at this point. It's a real institution. Like massive event each year. 10,000 people descend on Victoria Park to see the Rock Dogs take on the Megahertz. And in Melbourne, it's not even general media. It's just 2 community radio stations versing local musos there. And last decade, like in the 2010s, they started rolling it out nationally, first to Sydney, then the other capital cities, and it eventually got to Canberra in 2017. So there's been a few pre-COVID events, 2017, 18 and 19. Had a lot of momentum, and then it was a bit quiet. So folks like yourself probably haven't seen it. A couple of COVID cancellations, and then just getting back after COVID meant that it's been a bit quieter. But we've had a couple, 22 and 24, and now we're gearing back up for another big one in 25, and trying to recapture a lot of lost momentum and build it back bigger and better, because some of the other capital cities have been going strong for 10 years now and are setting up local institutions themselves.
There you go.
Great. I think it's a Canberra thing. Once we grab a hold of it, we can really rise up with it and take it to some new heights. But when that momentum goes, we seem to just drop off and fall away.
Potentially.
Yeah. But you talk about the skill level not being that high. Was there sort of changes from a typical AFL game in terms of the rules and the timings and that sort of thing?
So in some ways it's closer to an AFL 9s match, which is a lot less physically aggressive, I guess. So we generally play, like last year we played where you're allowed to tackle only if people had a specific armband on. I think it was a black armband. Those people signified that they were willing to be tackled hard, and other people not, so you don't tackle those people. We
tackle
typically
people of your own gender.
Yeah, and we typically try and encourage people to just think about the size and physicality of the other person, because some people are very old, some people are young, there's like 15-year-olds.
Trying to make it a game for everyone.
Yeah, so kind of don't be a jerk is the general
That's a
rule.
great motto for life and the game.
No jerks policy, and the intention, like Hay is saying, is that it's fully inclusive of anyone of any skills, ability, gender, all that sort of stuff, all coming together and community vibe. We train together. It's competitive, but it's it's so competitive. It's raising the funds. It's a music event as much as it's a football event, with live bands throughout the day, and just community family fun.
I love that. We can both get involved, you and me, versing each other. And I do a bit of music myself, but I also do media here, so I don't know, I guess, which one would I choose? Which team would I be on? Do I get to choose?
Well, of course, like team sign-ups are open right now.
Oh, wow.
There's a capacity, like it's inclusive. We want as many people to join in as possible. Australian football has 18 on the field at any one time, and we're happy to accommodate up to 18 odd bench as well. Like we can have two full rosters in each team out there if enough people want to join up. And at the moment we're about halfway there, and sign-ups only just opened. So
wow, that's really great. There's so many people getting involved. I love that. Now let's flip a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Reclink, the charity. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like we've mentioned, this is all for charity, helping out Reclink Australia, and specifically Reclink here in the ACT, that run a bunch of programs helping those experiencing homelessness and other hardships, looking out for those doing it tough, in a whole bunch of different ways. And this is their major fundraiser for the entire year. And so it's the cup itself, but then we're running a series of other like pre-cup fundraisers, we'll say, to both like draw attention to the main event itself, which will be 14th of September at Allen Ray Oval in Ainslie. Just lock that in your calendar now. But before that, we've got other little things like open mic coming up at Smith's Alternative Saturday the 19th, and then there'll be another pre-cup present gig at Descent. Got a few great bands playing that: Gia Ransom, Stella Eve, and Spouse. And then training and all that sort of stuff. So it's about bringing people together for that good cause.
Yeah, brilliant. So people can get involved. Obviously me, I can get involved. You can get involved, James. Where can anyone else get involved? Do you guys have any socials that we can promote?
Yeah, definitely. So Instagram, where all you kids are at. You can find us, Canberra Reclink Community Cup. The old Facebook for the older millennial and up. Boomers at this point, I think. That's who's left on Facebook. And you'll just find us there. You'll find links out to the various events and other ways you can get in contact. And, obviously just ask around and ask your friends and speak to musos like Hayer, and they'll get you involved.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Definitely check it out, communitycup.com.au/Canberra, if you want to check out that website and obviously the Facebook, like you said. Well, brilliant. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're going to stick with our sports theme that we've had going on this afternoon on the Real Radio Show. But I don't know about you, AJ. I've heard from a lot of people, to the point of annoyance as a local Canberran, that there's nothing to do in Canberra, especially in the dead of winter.
Yeah, which is, actually, yeah. Yeah, there isn't really much to do. I mean, I guess going for a nice little walk with your puffer jacket on is probably what a lot of people do.
I think that's what everyone does. If you have a puffer jacket, you are wearing it.
Yeah.
It's the fashion of winter in Canberra.
I'm sad I didn't get to bring mine today. It was pretty chilly, 11 degrees. Oh my gosh. But, it is what it is. But actually, it is not uncommon to hear that there's nothing to do. But honestly, I don't think that that's untrue, James. I don't think it is.
But that's why we're sending you out on a mission. We sent you out through the week to prove that there is things to do in Canberra.
There is. The Phillips Swimming and Ice Skating Centre is still running their disco nights. And I took to the ice for the first time in forever. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty scary, and oh my gosh, a lot of scary stuff. I actually did record some of it, so maybe we should listen to some of that.
Yes.
I am outside the Phillips Swimming and Ice Skating Centre right now. It is a very cold day. It is so gloomy. I'm so excited to go in. The ride here was atrocious, so I really hope that doesn't translate to how I do on the ice. I can hear music coming through. It's looking really good in there. There's some disco lights happening at the moment, so let's go in and buy our tickets. Okay, it's very loud in here. Lots of people on the ice. Everyone is going really great. There's so many people who are very good. I'm a bit nervous because I know that I'm not very good at ice skating, so hopefully I don't fall and hopefully I don't crack open my head. The music is bumping. There are so many lights flashing right now. So many people coming on and off the ice. I'm very excited to join the crowd. I also think I should have worn a couple more layers. I'm feeling very cold. But yeah, let's get on the ice. Okay, everyone. I'm going to make my first steps on the ice. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. First step on the, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. I just saw someone fall in front of me. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, everyone is fleeing past me. I'm really scared. The first steps are really crazy and they're playing Lana Del Rey right now. Oh my god. Some girls doing spins in the middle. Okay. I'm gonna have a lap and see how I go and I'll be back to update you guys. Okay, bye. What do you reckon?
That sounded great. It sounds like you were having a lot of fun.
Fun? What do you mean by fun? Actually, no, it was a lot of fun. There were an insane amount of people on the ice. I hopped on, got my skates on. They did have my size, which is often a struggle that I have because I'm a very small person. So, getting on the ice, I was shaking. My ankles were burning, Lana Del Rey was playing in the background. Everyone was spinning. It was crazy. Have you been ice skating?
I have a couple of times. I am terrible at it.
Oh, me too. But there were some people who were pretty good. I did have an interview. I did have a chat to some of the people on the ice. So, yeah, why don't we listen to that too? I'm here with Phoebe. We're on the ice right now. Phoebe, how are you? How are you feeling about the ice?
It's bumpy.
It is very bumpy.
Yeah.
So how long have you been ice skating? I noticed you in the middle of the rink doing your twirls and everything. How long has it been?
Around 2 years, I think.
Wow, 2 years? That's not very long and you're doing so great.
Yeah, I finished all my testing, so...
So how did you get into it? Did you get someone to involve you in there or...?
So my sister had a birthday party and it was here, and so I got really into ice skating then.
Well, there you go. So there's, a lot of space for people to come in and learn.
Yeah.
So you've been going here for about 2 years. The ice skating rink, this has been open for quite some time. I've heard from the grapevine that in the future it might close. How do you feel about that?
Sad, but also good because we're getting a new ice skating rink in Tuggeranong, which has 2 Olympic-sized figure skating rinks. So that's pretty cool, and I'm excited for that.
Do you think you'll transfer over once this is, closed down?
100%, because it's close to where I live anyway, so...
There you go. So is there any advice that you'd give to new skaters wanting to learn or just new ones coming on the ice for the first time at the disco nights?
Don't care about what people think, they're caring about themselves.
There you go. Thank you so much, Phoebe. Okay, I'm here with Sophia and Sienna. Hi, guys. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
How are you feeling being on the ice today?
Awesome. Pretty nervous, to be honest.
Yeah, why are you nervous?
It's my second time ice skating and I'm not used to being on the ice.
It's pretty scary and I heard a lot. It's a bit bumpy. You guys are on the ice right now. Have you built your confidence up ever since, your first time?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not a wall hugger anymore, so it's definitely better.
I've definitely had that as well. What about you? Have you been hugging the walls or are you venturing out into the middle?
I'm not in the middle today because I'm helping my friend learn, but I'm not on the wall.
All right, so I guess you'd be really experienced if you're teaching your friend. How long have you been ice skating for?
I've been skating on and off for a long time, but I only really started actually skating a few months ago.
A few months ago. All right, so are you doing lessons here at the ice skating centre?
Yep, Monday afternoons.
All right, so I heard a rumour that this ice skating centre might be closing down in the future. How do you feel about that?
Really? That's actually a bit of a shock because I actually did not know about it, but I would not want this place to close down.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I did know about it and I'm a bit nervous because the Tuggeranong one is taking a really long time.
Yes, it is. I don't think it's going to close down until it's built, so that's pretty good news. Do you think you'll transfer over to the Tuggeranong one?
Definitely, it's closer to my house.
I would definitely as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you guys so much. What is some advice that you would give to some new skaters on the ice?
Just keep trying. Even if you fall over, you just get back up again.
Mm-hmm. And as a new skater, what about for you?
Always keep your confidence. Always be near a friend that will help you out.
AJ, you sound like you are having the time of your life out there on the ice.
Yeah.
It sounds like you are being a kid again.
Wow. You know what? Yeah, I was. That was not be a kid again day, but I was then. Yeah, I was.
It works perfect for today. But you're talking to people about the Tuggeranong ice facility that's being built.
Yes. Have you heard about it much, James?
I've heard a little bit, but I think you know a bit more than I do.
I do know a little bit. I heard from, the grapevine, meaning the official ACT website, lol, that they're building a new Tuggeranong ice sports facility, $16.2 million budget. What? 3,600 spectators, 2 international-sized ice sheets or whatever. I don't know. They're in the planning stage right now, so nothing is being built, so it's going to take a couple of years. So this Phillip Swimming and Ice Skating Centre is not going to close down anytime soon, but it could in the future. So,
yeah, well, I think we definitely do need a proper ice facility. I know the Canberra Brave, they used to have their games at Phillip Ice Skating. They've relocated to the AIS, which has really been a blessing for them. Sold out crowds, 3,000 people, winning matches. It is fantastic to go and see. Maybe not as close to the ice as you are at Phillip, but I think the atmosphere is 10 times better being in that auditorium area.
Well, the atmosphere in the Phillip Swimming and Ice Skating Centre was pretty fun too. The disco nights have been running for a really long time, so it was really great to see a lot of people still going after so long. But yeah, guys, up next we've got a lot of stuff. But if you want to tell me what to do next, if you want to text in and tell us what we should do next out in Canberra. Text us at 0415 774 405. That's 0415 774 405. Oh my goodness. Anyway,
Gonna head to the news now with Tia.
Good afternoon from the OWL Newsroom. I'm Tia Priest-Willamott. The Reserve Bank has defied expectations of an interest rate cut, keeping the cash rate on hold at 3.85% in July. Treasurer Jim Chalmers has responded to the decision, saying it was not the outcome Australians or economists was hoping for.
I don't second-guess decisions taken independently by the Reserve Bank. I don't second-guess decisions taken independently by the bank or its board. I don't make predictions or preempt future movements in interest rates. I'm focused on my job.
The RBA, meanwhile, has said it needs to wait for a little more information to confirm that inflation remains on track to reach its target range of 2 to 3%. The next RBA decision will be handed down on August 12th. 3 people have been charged with assault, behaviour and criminal damage after a group of protesters converged on an Israeli-owned restaurant in Melbourne's CBD on Friday night. Police allege several people were involved in the altercation, where chairs were thrown and a glass door was damaged. And Canberra dog owners could soon have to spend a minimum of 3 hours a day with their dog under a new proposed code of practice for the ACT. It introduces new mandatory standards like placing heavy restrictions around surgical debarking operations and requiring owners to spend a reasonable length of time each day with their dogs. However, local RSPCA CEO Michelle Robertson says it's a tricky one to enforce, commenting that it's not the spirit and intent of the code of practice to try to police every single day if people are spending 3 hours with their dogs. And in sport, Brian To'o and Payne Haas have both been cleared to play for the Blues in tomorrow's State of Origin decider. To'o got through a full training session with the New South Wales teammates last night despite a grade 2 tear to the lateral ligament in his knee. A quick weather check, it's currently 11 degrees, a possible late shower on the way, getting down to 0 overnight, and that's the latest from the OWL Newsroom.
Thank you, Tia. Wowza. Thoughts on the dog thing. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So it's nothing's actually been confirmed yet. It's all just still up in the air. But there's some things saying like dog collars must not cause pain or discomfort, and these debarking surgical procedures are banned. I did not know about these procedures.
Debarking meaning
like
you stop your dog from barking.
Exactly. So it's something to do with their vocal cords, where they put them under, alter their vocal cords so that barking just cannot happen. But there's also things about, making sure that adequate exercise is met and that clean and dry bedding and things is around. So I think it's got a good base to really make sure that Canberra's dogs are being looked after, but it is hard to police.
Yeah, the intent sounds like it's there. It's for the right reasons, but how it's implemented is going to be a real question.
Exactly, because how do you make sure that dogs aren't either they are getting that time that they need. But having said that, in Sweden, you're currently not allowed to leave your dog alone for more than 6 hours. So maybe we'll have to look to Sweden to see what's going on there.
Maybe we do.
I couldn't imagine leaving my dogs alone for 6 hours if I had the opportunity to be with them.
Exactly. I'd take that time.
Exactly. Coming up soon, we're going to talk to Abbey Best, a local urban explorer, about the social media backlash that she's facing, as well as talk to Jett Blyton, local Canberra musician, about his new single. Reminder, our text line, if you want to get in contact with us, is 0415 774 405. And we've got Bernie B messaging us. Hello, AJ and James. First time listener, but a big fan. We're killing it already.
Killing it.
40 minutes into the first show and we've already got a fan. A shout out to Angela B and Jimbo B. And we've also got a suggestion for what you can try, AJ.
Really? Around Canberra? What can I do?
Around Canberra. Texter 200 wants you to visit the winter markets at Parks.
Parks? Winter markets?
The Canberra Centre.
Let me get my puffer jacket. Let me go.
They've had ice skating there before, so...
Oh, no, not again. I was really scared during... It was fun, but I was very afraid. So, maybe I'll do it again and I'll record it for you guys.
Well, maybe we won't send you there again. But our next segment, we're talking with Abbey Best. You may have seen some of her videos on TikTok and Instagram. She's an urban explorer sharing the sights of Canberra. Recently, Abbey has promoted the National Arboretum and Black Mountain Tower, but it's her content in abandoned buildings that is generating the most engagement. In studio today is Abbey. Abbey, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
First off, I want to ask you, what was the inspiration for you starting your channel?
Honestly, I started watching Sam and Colby on YouTube, and they did a lot of urban exploring, and I just got hooked. I'm like, I really want to do this, so I started doing it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. And where do you get the inspiration for creating your videos?
Honestly, I grew up just watching a heap of YouTubers, and that was sort of like my home, just watching everyone online gaming, and that's where it sort of started.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love a bit of YouTube. YouTube has been very influential in my life also. I love to yap, clearly, so that's why I'm here. But without giving away your secrets, why don't you give us a little bit of a look into how you find the places that you're exploring a little bit more off the map? Give us a little bit without exposing yourself.
Honestly, people hit me up on Instagram. They're like, don't tell anyone, but there's this spot and you need to go. And I'm like, all right, bet. And then I hop in and it's, off the map. No one's really explored there before. And sometimes even on Facebook groups, there's abandoned exploring for certain areas like Sydney and that. And they just pop in posts like they've explored this area, and people in the comments will just, drop the location, and you can't delete the comments. So that's how I found a lot of places that are pretty off the map. Yeah.
So there's a lot of deep digging into all these Facebook groups, people telling you this. It's great that people tell you. That's probably really helpful for you too.
Yeah, it is.
You just get to know.
Yeah.
And for those listening who might not know what an urban explorer is, do you just want to give us a quick explanation?
Basically, what I do is I explore abandoned buildings, but other people can explore skyscrapers and that sort of stuff, get on the roofs, but I do not do that. That's a bit scary for me. So yeah, just abandoned places that are shut down.
Yeah, and so you're going to these abandoned places. Are you worried about the legality of going into these areas, trespassing, some might say, and then posting this content online?
A little bit, but, I've gotten pretty viral and the police haven't contacted me, so I think I'm pretty sweet. Yeah.
So it's all gone according to plan so
yeah,
far.
I'm pretty, aware of my surroundings, if there's cameras, alarms, sensors, or, security. So I stay on top of it, and I've been pretty sweet since.
Yeah. And while the police might not have reached out to you, you do have some people online, I can see in your comments, not too happy with the activities you're doing. Some seem to be voicing genuine concern for you about your safety if you fall and you're there on your own, and others are just calling what you do illegal and dangerous.
Yeah, heaps of people just hammer me for so much stuff, and they're just upset with me exploring these places and it going viral, and apparently it's all my fault, and then they're like, oh, you shouldn't go in there, you could get in trouble, but I'm doing my thing, don't worry about me. I'm all good.
And what's the favourite place that you've discovered? if you want to share that one with us?
Honestly, Wanji Power Station up near Sydney, Newcastle. That's like the coolest place I've hit, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's
not being an
huge.
urban explorer, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So you're going all over the place, not even just in Canberra. Are you
Yeah.
just mostly in Canberra, or are you going,
Well,
what's the furthest you've been?
probably Sydney, yeah. That's where I lived for 10 months, so I just hammered out so many locations there, and now I'm back in Canberra, and there's so much here. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you talk about these videos are helping you go viral. 16,000 subscribers on YouTube where you're doing some Twitch streaming and gaming, and then 20,000 on Instagram. What are the next steps for you?
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure that out, but I'm going to stay with abandoned exploring here and there, obviously not as a main focus, because doing it as a solo person, it's very dangerous. But I'm probably going to showcase Canberra, things to do here, and promote that. And then hopefully one day I can travel to Sydney and Melbourne, and then maybe internationally doing these kinds of things and ghost hunting and stuff. Yeah,
you can do that for me. You can give me some advice on where to go in Canberra.
Yep.
And speaking of the ghost hunting, heard that through the grapevine as well. What is the spookiest or scariest paranormal experience that you've had?
Oh, honestly, I actually went to Beechworth Asylum the other day, and
I've been hearing a lot about scary. Tell me about it.
We were in the women's ward, and we were just downstairs. There was a group of us in the pitch black, all silent, and the tour guide's just listen. And we heard so many footsteps coming from upstairs constantly and down the hallway. It was insane.
No.
Everyone heard it.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think it was fake, or do you think it was real?
No, it was real, because then we went upstairs straight afterwards, and every door is locked. You have to have the guide to unlock the door to get in, and it was
Guys, oh my gosh, listeners at home, I'm covering my face right now. I'm shocked. I've had a couple of paranormal experiences. James, have you?
No, not me myself. I tend to stay away from the asylums and the ghost haunted buildings.
I haven't been in many abandoned buildings, but I've had paranormal experiences in my own home, which is not very nice. I knew someone who passed away, and I knew that he didn't like this certain poster that I had in my room. After he passed away, kept falling down.
Oh.
Every week, it would just fall down, just once a week. He would Snapchat my friends, and she had a Fitbit, and you can get the notifications. He wasn't here to send a Snapchat, but the Snapchats were coming up. They were coming. Yeah, guys, paranormal experience. I don't mess with that. That's none of my business.
Crazy.
So we're not catching you checking out these places anytime soon.
Girl, I'm sitting my ass at home. I'm staying home. Although I'm not even safe at home apparently, because my posters are falling down.
Get the sage out. Just smoke it up.
Oh my gosh. Is there anywhere that you really want to, explore in the future, Abby?
Oh, dude, I really want to go to what is it called? The sanatorium in America.
The sanatorium.
I forgot what it's called. How have I done that?
What is a sanatorium?
It'll come to you as soon as we're off.
Yeah.
Tell us the vibe about the sanatorium. What is it?
Oh, it's this huge abandoned building with this massive tunnel, and it's paranormal as well, very haunted. Yeah.
Are you ever scared that the ghosts are going to follow you home?
Not anymore, really. Nothing's really happened, but
man, I'm scared. I'm freaked out. So I'm really glad that you're posting the videos of you doing that online, so then I can relive that experience through you.
Yeah.
Viewers at home, is that the goal with all the videos? Is that you just show everyone how cool everything is? And
yeah, well, because a lot of people don't want to do it because it's very risky or scary. So yeah, just watch me.
You're just brave.
Yeah,
super brave, super strong. Fight those ghosts. Why not?
Yeah, punch on. Let's
go. Moving off that abandoned sort of content, focusing more on Canberra. A recent post about the Arboretum and the things to do there. What are the next Canberra places you think you're going to look at?
Well, today I actually filmed at the National Gallery, which was quite interesting. I don't know where else to sort of hit. I'm sort of waiting for things to pop up in my feed, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll check out there, but
maybe you should go to ice skating
like
I did.
Yeah, dude, I love ice skating.
Oh, are you any good? Probably better than me, hey?
No, I need the little...
what are they called? The penguins? That you
the penguins.
Yeah, well, one of the listeners was saying that we should go to the Canberra markets. Maybe you can go and check that out. Hey,
yeah.
Recommendations from us. Let's go. Well, Abby, thank you so much for coming on. Tell the listeners, where can we find your content online?
You can find me TikTok, Instagram, YouTube at _AbbeyBest, or just search my name up. I'm that popular. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'll come up. So.
But it's not just the social media content there, it's also Twitch streaming as well.
Oh, I have started a little bit of that, but honestly, I hate Twitch streaming, so I'm going to stick to short-form content and YouTube, so Yeah.
Well, there we go. Check it out. Check out Abbey Best. Thank you so much, Abbey, for coming in. Now let's talk about this, James. James, what is the weirdest thing you've seen for sale or bought online?
Well, I had to restrain myself a couple months ago. Yeah, just flicking through eBay. You know, you have a look through the marketplace, the Gumtree, the eBay at things, and a VB vending machine from the early 2000s popped up.
Yeah, you would, hey.
Yeah, a special button. When you press it, a VB rolls down, comes
Beautiful.
out, and it plays the VB Hard Earned Thirst theme tune.
No way.
I'm not a massive VB drinker, but just the Australiana.
If you were to get a vending machine like that, would you get what beer would you get? What's your fave? Your Great Northern?
No, none of those ones. I couldn't pick one. That's
Asahi?
too hard a question. But looking through eBay, I was looking at what my most recent purchase on eBay was, and it was, do you remember, going back to our Be a Kid again, the little magnet bead things that connected to each other, sort of fidget toys before fidget toys.
I do know, and you could like make stuff out of it.
Yeah.
And like the metal bits on the end, they were like blue and orange and all the colours and green and whatever.
Yeah, that crazy stuff.
See, I wish I played with that stuff as a kid, but I never did for some reason. I like saw it and I was like, damn, that's really cool.
Much.
Yeah, enjoying the dirt and the sand and not eating my vegetables. Yeah. No, I wish I played with that more as a kid. Maybe I can go on eBay and buy that.
Well, you can. It's on eBay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of eBay, the reason why I asked you that is it's actually eBay's 30th anniversary. Happy 30, eBay. Happy woo, yay. eBay was, launched in September of 1995. So 30th anniversary, 30 years ago. And did you know that one of the first items sold on eBay, which was known as Auction Web at the time, it was a broken laser pointer for $14.83. I don't know if that's American dollars or Australian dollars, but that was one of the first items sold.
What could someone want with a broken laser pointer?
That is a really great question. I really have no idea. But the creator of eBay, Pierre Omidyar, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, lol, sorry. He actually contacted that winning bidder and asked if he understood that the laser pointer was broken, and the buyer's response was that he was a collector of broken laser pointers. So that's probably why he
Well, I've heard
he bought
everything
it.
now. Collecting broken laser pointers. That sounds like they didn't realize it was broken and they wanted to save themselves the embarrassment. No, I wanted it to be broken.
No, this is me with my collection of broken laser pointers, guys, seriously. With my collection of, broken rulers and all that kind of stuff as well. Anyway, in keeping with weird things for sale online, we're actually joined in the studio by Hannah Sharman. Hello, Hannah.
Hello.
She's got a podcast called Quiziots, and she has a game for us to play. Isn't that right?
I do have a game to play. So on Quiziots, we've played a few games, but one of our favourite ones to play is called The Price Is Not Right.
Ding, ding, ding.
So
Wish
how
I
it
had a
works
theme
is
song for that.
we've gotten a collection of a bunch of very strange things online. Specifically, we've got some from eBay today, because the great thing about eBay, guys, is that anyone can really just sell anything on there. You get a treasure trove of just the best things around. So I've got a few questions here with each of a product, and I want you guys to guess how much you think it costs.
Okay, James, here we go.
Sounds fun.
Are we going to verse each other? I think I'm going to win.
Ooh, all right. Getting competitive.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. First one.
All right. My first item that I have here is a vintage 60s to 70s tiki idol pendant, not cursed.
Not cursed.
Not cursed. That's in the title. Very
That's
specific.
capitalized.
Capitalized, not cursed. It is black and it has these fake gems for eyes.
Okay, so it's a tiki thing.
It is also in US dollars, if that makes a difference.
Okay, that does help.
Okay, well, not cursed. I think it would be more expensive if it was cursed. So let's say like $25.
25 US dollars. All right, James?
I'm going to go high. I'm going to go like 43.
Okay.
Bit steep.
Bit steep. I'm afraid AJ is the one who is correct here, because it is $30.77.
Wow.
So pretty affordable, honestly. Would you guys buy it?
Well, it's not cursed, so I don't want it.
Oh.
Actually, well, considering that I talked about the juju magic happening in my house, in the past segment, I don't really want to bring that home, so maybe I'd buy it.
Maybe you should just consider it pre-cursed,
Pre-cursed.
And then you just, get some crystals together at home, do some chanting, and
talk to the moon.
You could curse it and then resell it, make a profit.
Hey, you know what? You've got great ideas.
I've got some business acumen over here. All right, for our second item, I have a Climate Change or Mind Control DVD by Dr. Daniel Faulkner. It is pre-owned and it is over 1.5 hours long. And the blurb for it says, "You and I and the people of the world are the intended victims of a very slick propaganda exercise."
Okay.
Are you guys ready to learn? Because Faulkner's got some facts for you. How many Australian dollars do you think this costs?
Ooh, flipping up the
Change
currency,
up.
guys. What's next, yen? Slay.
I'll say 1750.
1750.
Oh, he's telling you the secrets of the universe. $150.
Okay, this is crazy because Dr. Faulkner wants everyone to know this. So James is correct in this case because
No
it is
way.
$15.
Wow.
Ooh.
He's underselling.
If he really wants everyone to know, it should be free.
Facts.
This is a good point, but how is he supposed to continue his really valuable research if he doesn't have funds?
Out of the passion and compassion of his own heart, Hannah.
Exactly. How are we supposed to learn about mind control and its relationship to climate change if he doesn't have some funds?
Okay, fair enough.
Our next product is an anti-bite snake guard gaiters leggings proof flake protector hunting men and women. So these
What?
are some boot covers.
Who are we hunting?
The fun thing about eBay titles is that they just want to get as many buzzwords in the title as possible. So when you read them, it sort of sounds like you're having a stroke in a way.
Yeah. Do you think that this is what the first seller of that, laser pointer was saying? Laser pointer, unbroken, 1996, blah, 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 blah. Do you think that's what he did?
I reckon he would have,
Yeah.
surely.
Okay.
I think he's the one who sort of set the base for what everyone else was going to do from there.
Yeah, trendsetter.
So this product, guys, it goes over your boots and it's supposed to protect from sharp objects, or snakes in this case. And unlike other gaiters, this one is 30 ounces, which is much lighter than the usual 50 ounces. So it's an innovational product. How many Australian dollars do we think this is?
I don't really know much about going outside. You're looking at me, James, as if I know an answer. Are you trying to go off my answer?
I'm trying to let you go first. We were taking turns.
Okay. Let's say $45. They're a little bit lighter than the other gators, so there we go.
$45 is what you would pay to protect yourself from deadly snakes.
Yes, and help me with, what did they say? Hunting? Apparently hunting men and women, which is what it said.
That's what I got from the title.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, mate, listen, I don't know what they're doing out there, but, live and let live. James,
I'll
what do you think?
they'll be a bit more expensive than that because they're so lightweight. Lightweight means more expensive. So I'll say 89.
89. I'm afraid that you were led in the wrong direction because AJ is the closest. It is $51.99.
Okay, there we go.
Is this a sign you should be an outdoors woman?
Maybe, probably not. All right, final one, Hannah.
Final one. All right, this one is pretty topical, guys. I have Sydney Sweeney Bathwater Bliss soap.
Oh my God, no
It has a certificate of authenticity
and
a photo of Sydney Sweeney, which is signed saying, "You can shower with me anytime, XOXO."
Ew.
Sydney Sweeney.
No, actually not ill. You know what? God forbid a girl has a hobby. Anyway, you want to go first?
I mean, if there's someone buying it, then yeah, more power to them, more power to her.
I feel like you're tiptoeing around this.
yes. It's not something that I'd be buying.
Why not?
Dirty bathwater is not really my thing, and a certificate of authenticity, anyone can sign that.
This is true. I will say that the photo of Sydney Sweeney that they have in here looks like she's in an AI-generated bathroom.
Okay.
Red flags.
So, guys, maybe this isn't the actual official Sydney Sweeney Bathwater Bliss soap.
What about the certificate of authenticity?
You're true. That can't be wrong. All right.
Yeah, you can't fake that.
One tiny clarification question. Is this limited release?
Now, this is a limited release because I believe they're limited edition bars. I believe they only made a certain number of them. I can't remember off the top of my head. But there's only so much Sydney Sweeney bathwater to go around, guys. So
Did you buy one to test it out?
Oh, all of them. I have the whole stock.
Yeah.
I'm the one selling this actually on eBay.
I reckon, well, Sydney Sweeney's pretty popular, Euphoria queen and all. This is so Euphoria. $600. Why not?
$600.
She's an expensive girl.
This is in Australian dollars, by the way. Does that change your answer in any way?
$6,000.
$6,000.
$600. Why
Okay,
not?
$600. James?
I don't know.
I'm thinking double that, $1,200. Is this being resold on eBay?
This is,
By Hannah, yeah.
I believe it is unopened, unused, but it is being resold because this isn't from an official Sydney Sweeney bathwater vendor, the Squatch.
Yeah,
Sorry, Dr. Squatch.
I'm going to stick with $1,200.
$1,200. Guys, I know you really value this soap, but it is actually very affordable at $26.90.
It's fake.
Yeah, it has to be fake. It has to be fake, for sure. All right, let's do. You know what? We have a bit more time for a very quick one. Let's do it a quick one.
All right,
A palate cleanser after
a
that one.
palate cleanser.
Yeah.
All right, this is a product I think you both would like. This is a monogram sword, a custom sword.
Okay.
It has an
I'm
engraving
interested.
on it. It has a sword, scabbard, a knife, and a box.
Okay.
So this is, a luxury sort of gift that you give to your loved ones, Christmas, New Year's. How much do we think it costs?
$50.
$50.
Yep. 50 on the dot.
50 on the dot?
Yep.
Straight on the dot. Ooh. I know AJ's won more than I have. If I get it straight on the dollar, can I win?
I reckon that's fair. Yeah. Now remember, this is a gift pack, so there's quite a few products.
Oh my
in
god.
this.
Okay. Yeah.
Too late. You said yours. Let's go. I've been going over so much, so I'll go lower than what I think. Let's 74.
74. AJ, you said 50. James, you are the closest because this is $237.78.
Do you think I could put it with the gators and then, have a full set for hunting?
Oh, well, you're going to hunt men and women in your gators and your monogram sword.
Oh, Hannah. Well, there we go. That's The Price Is Not Right from Hannah Sharman, leader of the Quiziots gang.
Leader is crazy. Well, thank you so much for having me, guys.
Of course. Where can we find your show, Hannah?
Quiziots is on Spotify at the moment. It is also on the UCFM website.
What's the UCFM website, Hannah?
That is a great question, James.
UCFM, the owl, UC.com.
That is the wrong website. UCFM.com.
You're setting me up to fail.
UCFM.com.au. Oh my gosh, guys. Text in, by the way, and tell us the weirdest thing that you've seen or bought online, or let us know if you would buy those items that Hannah said. 0415 774 405 is the text line. But coming up next, we have some news from Tia in the newsroom.
Good evening. From the Owl Newsroom, I'm Tia Priest-Willamot. The Queensland Zoo, where a woman lost her arm in a lion attack, has reopened its doors today. New information has revealed the victim was the owner's sister-in-law. The woman in her 50s remains in hospital in a stable condition after the attack, which occurred on Sunday morning at Darling Downs Zoo. Zoo owner Steve Robinson says the attack had taken place at a holding enclosure in an area where only trained staff were permitted to go.
People working very, very close nearby, but it was all over in a split second. It was that quick. The lion, in all honesty, and the best we can assess, the lion was just playing. We've raised these lions ourselves. Their temperaments are excellent.
That audio thanks to 7 News. Overseas, Donald Trump has said he will start talking to China soon about a possible TikTok deal. The president says the US pretty much had a deal on the sale of the app and that discussions will start Monday or Tuesday. Trump also said he might visit Xi Jinping in China, or the Chinese leader may visit the US. Meanwhile, foreign tourists are returning to China after the country loosened its visa policy to unprecedented levels. Citizens from 74 countries can now enter China for up to 30 days without a visa, a big jump from previous regulations. The list includes Aussie citizens. On the case that's captured media attention here and around the world, Aaron Patterson has been found guilty of all charges relating to the fatal mushroom murder lunch. The verdict read out in the Morwell court yesterday afternoon following a trial running for 10 weeks. This is not the last of it, however. Patterson's sentencing is still yet to come, as well as a possible appeal. Detective Inspector Dean Thomas from the Victoria Police Homicide Squad says it's important to remember the serious consequences of the mushroom lunch.
I think it's very important that we remember that we've had 3 people. 3 people have died, and we've had a person that nearly died and was seriously injured as a result, and that has led to these charges. I ask that we acknowledge those people and not forget them.
Audio from 7 News there. Canberrans are being warned to prepare for some strong, damaging wind gusts during the week. The Bureau of Meteorology has issued a severe weather warning ahead of a powerful and fast-moving cold front which hit mid-morning today. Meteorologist Angus Hines emphasising the danger of the wind, warning locals to not park under trees and to secure loose objects. And Aldi has announced a home delivery service trial starting right here in the ACT. From today, Canberra customers can order their groceries online through the delivery service DoorDash, and they'll arrive at your door. The German-based supermarket has confirmed that the trial is only for groceries. We'll still have to visit the stores in person to shop the special buys in the centre aisle. In sport, Canberra will be buzzing with fans of the Brumbies for their clash with the British and Irish Lions tomorrow night. The match will not only see 21-year-old Lachlan Hooper make his debut for the Brumbies, set to start on the bench, but it will also be brother Tom Hooper's final appearance before he departs for an English-based team. Coach Stephen Larkham says the team are full of good energy.
Yeah, good energy this week. This week I sort of talk about Friday being our first day of the week. We trained on Saturday, had yesterday off, and then we've trained today, and yeah, they're all looking forward to it. We got Tom Hooper back today from the Wallabies, so he's very keen as well. He gets an opportunity to play with his brother, which is a pretty special occasion against the Lions team.
And Maroons coach Cameron Munster will return to camp ahead of tomorrow's State of Origin decider following the death of his father over the weekend. Coach Billy Slater has revealed while Munster will return for the final training, he may not take part in the match. A quick weather check. It's currently 10 degrees, a shower or two tonight getting down to 0, 11 the top and cloudy tomorrow, and that's the latest from the Owl Newsroom.
Wow, thank you, Tia, for that. Check out that mushroom murder trial. Scary, scary. Would you eat a beef Wellington now that this has happened?
I would not. I absolutely would not. But I'm also I was out for dinner last night and my friend was like, I might get the mushroom burger. And I was like, that's an interesting decision. The mushroom burger? Like, are you sure you want the mushroom burger? But I think it might take a while for me to get the dangerous mushroom idea out of my head.
It is just lingering there for me every time I see mushroom. It's maybe something else.
Exactly, but it's all the evidence that's coming out now, all the evidence and photos, videos, footage, it's all being released that the jury all saw, and it's such an overwhelming amount of just content to shift through that I can understand why it took so long for this result to come out, because there was a lot to go through.
And it's attracting international audiences too.
Absolutely.
For sure. There's so many people coming in from media across, the States, all over. It's crazy that, this is just such a massive thing, and it makes sense. I mean, who's putting mushrooms in, death cap mushrooms in a...
The thing for me was that the reason why they were all individually served Wellingtons was because the recipe was meant to be one big one, and her claim was that she couldn't find the meat that you needed to make this one big one. So she was like, well, I'll just buy little individual ones. Wow. And I thought, if I was making a lunch for people that I'd invited over and I could not find the meat that I needed, I would not then be like, well, I'll just alter it and hope for the best. Like, I'd choose a different recipe.
Yeah, one of the few things going against her there. But I just find it fascinating how much evidence police can get forensically with all the phones and smartwatch technology we have.
I did see that, hey.
So they could track her heart rate at every single point throughout the day of where she was and what she was doing.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're being watched, guys. We're being watched. Well, thank you so much, Tia, for the news.
Thank you.
We've been chatting for quite some time now, AJ. Do you think you need a break?
Well, kind of. let me stop talking. I'll be silent for the rest of the show.
No, we couldn't have that. But we'll bring on someone else here to talk about needing a break. It's Jett Blyton joining us for the studio for an interview for his new single, Needing a Break. If you didn't quite catch that was the little joke we were trying to get there.
Oh dear. Jett Blyton is a Music ACT Awards nominee and has landed himself in the Triple J Unearthed High Yearbook in 2023 and 2024. He's also a Canberra local, so joining us over the phone today to have a chat about his latest single, Needing a Break. Welcome to the UCFM studio through the phone, Jett.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, can you tell us a little bit about Needing a Break? What is the single about?
Needing a break. I feel like you guys said it perfectly. It's just about needing a break.
Too nice.
You know, I wrote it last year in December, kind of at the end of year 12, and it was a pretty big party time, pretty big academic time, and I was just like, and of course all the music stuff that was happening last year, and I was just like, I need to sleep, I need to go to bed, and that's what the song's about. But I guess in a more narrative way, it's kind of about needing a break from someone, but it's really whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, you know what, people listening, make up your own minds about what it means to you. I think that's the beauty about music, isn't it, Jett?
Yeah, of course,
definitely.
And speaking of the meaning of music, Jett, I just want to know how your process has changed from your first release in 2023 up till now.
Yeah, so my first release was basically all self-written. So the first EP I did mostly with myself, and then I took the songs to a producer. Whereas these kind of songs that are coming out at the moment, and everything on the next EP that's coming out in November, is a co-write with people. So I wrote this song with a band called Breakfast Road in Sydney. They are very cool, and that may be one of Sydney's only Western boy bands, which is great. But yeah, a lot of co-writes for this stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, great. And speaking of other artists you're working with, could you tell us which artists have been your biggest inspiration?
At the moment, I'm listening to a ton of Lord, and I'm also listening to a ton of Imogen Heap. So that's kind of the big inspiration for the minute.
Yeah.
But for this song specifically, we referenced Telephone by Lady Gaga and Beyonce, and a little bit of that kind of late Madonna.
Yeah, love that. Oh.
That is a banger.
Yeah, banger. And you know what? Actually, that's, kind of considered a bit of recession pop. I actually heard you describe Needing a Break as a celebration of recession pop. Do you have any favorite recession pop songs from the 2000s or any favorites from now, Jett?
I think recession pop, whenever I hear that, I just think of Kesha.
Yeah.
I think you have to think of like Your Love Is My Drug, TikTok. I was a Kesha fiend when I was 6 years old. So.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I'm holding your hand. And how do you feel about Addison Rae coming with, all of her music as well? Kind of giving recession pop in that way as well, don't you think?
I love Addison Rae. Love it so much. I'm going to see her, and then I'm actually flying out to New York 2 days later. So I feel very, very Addison Rae that week, that
very
whole week.
Addison Rae. Lucky you. Awesome. Well, seeing an artist, at a music venue, Canberra music venues. James, you were going to talk about this, weren't you?
Yeah, Jed, going a bit more topical of the local Canberra music scene. We've seen a lot of venues shutting down in recent times, claiming it's hard to bring themselves back after COVID, the latest being Transit in February. How has this sort of lack of live music opportunities affected your early career?
Look, I think that venues as a whole in Canberra, I think since COVID haven't quite been what they were, which I think is probably a broader community issue. I'm lucky in the sense that I don't think it's impacted me as much as perhaps a lot of up and coming bands, because I know that bands really thrive through having spaces that they can perform live. Whereas, me, it's a lot of kind of more electronic track based. So it doesn't require the space as much. But I think the venues that we do have at the moment, particularly the ones that you see and the ones around the city, we really need to cherish them.
Definitely, for sure. And speaking of, performing live and all that, you performed with us at 30th anniversary, which is really cool. Are there any future live events that you're planning on playing anytime soon?
Yes, we've got a few things in the works at the moment. I wish I could tell you more, but a few things around Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane this year, and hopefully in Canberra. I don't have anything booked in Canberra. That's crazy to me.
Oh my
I need to
gosh.
book something in Canberra.
Get in on it.
Yes. But keep your eyes peeled.
Definitely.
Yeah, we will keep our eyes peeled, and let us know here at The Real Radio Show, and we will share it with all our audience.
Of course.
And maybe you could share this with us as well. Your first EP, Sleep on the Altar, came out in 2023, followed by a second EP, Double Vision Volume 1, 2024. We're now into 2025, just over halfway through. You've released this new track. Is there a new EP coming soon?
There is. I've got Double Vision Volume 2 coming out on November 7th, which is exactly 364 days after Double Vision Volume 1.
Oh, I love that. I noticed that it was, released in November, your last EP. Did have a listen. Love it. Love everything that you're making. The new singles coming out, are there going to be any more, coming out leading up to the new EP this year?
Of course. I've got a new single coming out beforehand, and then we've got a couple extra tracks dropping with the EP. But the next single is going to have a banging music video, because I'm actually working with Triple J and Nida to create something really special for everyone. So
that's brilliant.
I'm super keen.
That is awesome. And you've been involved with Triple J a lot in the past. You're on, like I said before, Triple J unearthed your book in 2023 and 2024. You're working with them more this year?
Yes,
Nice.
Which is very exciting. Love the team there. So genuine.
That's awesome. So we'll keep an eye on all of that, and keep an eye on all your new music. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Jed, you want to tell us where everyone can find your new music and where they can find to follow you on social media?
Of course, I am at Jett Blyton on everything, including Spotify, Instagram, TikTok. You know, all the things. YouTube, even if you wanna have a look at the visuals, they're very fun. I promise.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, check out those music videos, and everyone at home, definitely check it out as well. Coming up, we have Jett Blyton's newest song, the latest one that came out last week. Thank you so much, Jett, for coming onto the radio today.
Local Canberra artist Jett Blyton. He was joining us on the phone, and you can join us on the text line on the brand new phone we have here by texting 0415 774 405, just like Bernardo in Crace. I love the show. Good topics. Keep it up, AJ and James.
Nice. High praise today.
Yeah.
First one, and we got so many fans.
Feeling good. And I've got some high praise for you, Tia, about your journalistic professionalism with the news. Because I know that you saw last week Abba's Dancing Queen became the second oldest song to surpass 1 billion streams on YouTube, but you left it out of your little news hit.
I did. I had to leave it out because I knew that we were going to come and talk about it, and I didn't want to spoil the surprise. But I am a massive Abba fan. If I could meet any celebrities, it would be all four of them. I could not pick a singular one. I love them with all of my heart and soul. And yeah, hearing that they reached 1 billion streams on YouTube, I think I may have contributed to a fair amount of those. But it's such a great song. I love Abba so much.
Where did the love of Abba come from for you?
I think from my mum. She's a big Abba fan as well. And growing up, we always had music playing at home, and she obviously had a lot of ABBA stuff, so we would just always play it. And I have such vivid memories of being like this little 2-year-old child, again going back to that concept, full of energy and just running up and down our lounge room singing along to Thank You for the Music. And I had no idea what was going on. I couldn't really accentuate words, but I just knew the sounds and I knew that I loved it, and it's just stuck with me really ever since then and has just sort of grown. One of my best friend in Sydney, she also was a big fan of ABBA, and when we sort of met, it was like, whoa, another big ABBA fan? Like, this is so cool. And it's just sort of grown from there.
Great minds think alike, Tia.
Precisely, great minds think alike. But my controversial hot take is that I think the Mamma Mia movies are kind of overrated.
This is another controversial thing is that I haven't watched them.
That's so fair. I haven't seen the second one, so.
I know. That's crazy that you're an ABBA fan and you haven't watched them.
But that's the thing. I'm like, but ABBA on itself, I'm like, Mamma Mia, okay, yeah, it helped bring ABBA back into the public eye, but ABBA vibes, like, they're so great. I don't need
was
Mamma
in
Mia.
the public eye. They don't need help.
Exactly.
Right?
What about the stage play, the stage musical?
I also haven't managed to see that, but I think I'd want to see that because I'm like, okay, if Bjorn and Benny are like, you know, they're gunning for this to happen, they made it a thing, I've got to support them. But my dream would be to the ABBA Voyage concert in London, where they have like the avatars on stage. Avatars. They really push with that name
so much.
And they come on and they perform like all these songs, and obviously it's not the original four because they're in their 80s, but the original four went into the studio and like recorded themselves with this. They had all these fancy tech on to record them, so it's like you're there when they're in their prime time, but it's just all on stage.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm going to break your heart, Tia. I have been, and I've seen this with my girlfriend, and we loved it. She'd rival you with an ABBA fan. It was amazing.
I'm never coming back. Was it, where did you, were you like close to the front?
In London, yeah, right at the front, in it there. And it was, unless you really looked hard, you couldn't tell they were holograms. If you just let yourself feel the immersion, enjoy the dancing, enjoy the music, you felt like you were at a real ABBA concert.
Wow. And I mean, you've come pretty close, I believe, to speaking to the real ABBAs, I heard on the grapevine.
Yes, I have. About as close as you can get in Australia. Abbalanche, our local tribute band, they've been performing around the country for over 30 years, and they're coming to Queanbeyan Saturday the 12th of July. Joanna, could you tell me how Abbalanche began?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, the band's been going for about, 30 years. Started in around the mid-90s, a lady called Donna Jones. And then Leslie and Pete Waters, who currently own the band still, they bought it off Donna when she left the band and had her children. So Leslie and Pete, they've been going with this band for the good part of 30 years. About the same age as me. So I've been with the band. I joined around 3 years ago. I'd just come over to Sydney from London, and we had a mutual friend who's also in the industry, and Leslie and Pete, they'd seen a couple of clips of me online singing ABBA, actually, at the Royal Albert Hall. So they wanted to get me in for an audition, and yeah, had the best time ever since.
Oh, it sounds great. Have you always been a big fan of ABBA?
Oh, gosh, yeah, always. I mean, my mum was. So, yeah, I've grown up listening to ABBA. Absolutely.
And how do you prepare for the role of being ABBA? It's such an iconic role.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's so much rehearsal that goes into it, you know, in your own time as well. You're just sort of listening to the songs over and over. You know, you want to really do a good job as being as accurate as you can, and doing the songs justice. So, and there's so many tight harmonies in it. So there's rehearsal time by yourself, and then, you know, we have so much rehearsal time as a group. Actually, a big part of the preparation is getting your stamina ready, especially with our show. Like, we keep it really high energy, and it moves really fast, and we've got movement as well. And so, yeah, you really have to practice the show over and over and over before, you know, you're sort of stage ready.
It looks really well and sounds really well. Where do you get all the costumes for it?
The costumes, so they're all made professionally by different costume makers. Again, Leslie, the owner and manager, she does a lot of the design and, you know, painting of the certain costumes, you know, like the iconic cats that are on the sort of white costumes. So she's very much behind a lot of the design, and then we'll bring lots of different people in the industry to make them. And yeah, they're iconic. Even the guys' costumes with the sparkly boots and stuff. It's full on.
Yeah, no, it looks like a lot of fun when you're on stage performing.
Yeah. Oh, we do have so much fun as a group. Yeah.
And you're taking the fun to Queanbeyan on the 12th of July. What would you tell
We
people who
are.
are on the fence of whether or not they should go?
Look, come along. I can guarantee you're going to have an absolutely awesome night. You know, we do all the songs that everybody loves. And I think one of the main thing is, you know, when I'm up on stage and we're looking out to the audience, there are kids up to like grandparents. You've got like families or, you know, couples coming out, or big groups of friends. Like, it's just a great show for everybody. And we have such good time on stage as well. And I think that really shows too. And always the feedback we get is just how much of a fun night it was. So if you're on the fence, get your tickets. Guarantee you'll enjoy.
Oh, well, sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. And Dancing Queen, a very big, very popular ABBA song. I don't know if you've seen, but it's just hit 1 billion views on YouTube. How many views do you think is the 4 members of Abbalanche?
That's a really good question. I don't know, maybe half. Look, I mean, this goes back to rehearsals. We probably have actually streamed that hundreds of times. I wouldn't be surprised, especially over the course of Abbalanche. But yeah, how amazing is that 1 billion views? I mean, it's just timeless with this stuff. When you can see like even the kids singing along and people much, much older, like it will just forever live on with these ABBA songs.
Yeah, ABBA really does have a way of transcending generations and connecting with people that were listening when they were first coming out in the 70s to discovering it now as a child. It's a really beautiful story.
It really is, yeah. And that's why it's just, you know, so grateful to be able to be doing this all the time, because everyone sort of walks away feeling really uplifted and like full of joy. And it's so nice, yeah, like seeing, you know, a grandparent maybe with their kid and they both have been singing along all night. I mean, something like that is just beautiful to be a part of.
And what does the future hold for Abbalanche?
Wow, they're probably busier than ever, actually. So it's been going about 30 years. I mean, there's no plans for any slowing down. We just keep adding dates and tours and performing in awesome venues and theatres. So, yeah, I think we just keep the momentum going and keep going strong.
Oh, I love to hear that. And for you personally, is there anything else that you're working on creatively outside of Abbalanche?
I mean, we're all in the industry, and my background is like musical theatre, singer, dancer. I mean, Abbalanche takes up a lot of dates for sure, but creatively, we all have projects, whether it's, you know, writing songs or being in the studio. My fiance's a guitarist, so we do a lot of duo gigs together or band gigs together, sort of whenever I can fit it in around the Abba tour. So yeah, we've all got our avenues, but mostly within entertainment. All of us, you know, we live and breathe that. So that's kind of what we're always doing.
Yeah, oh, that's great, Joanna. I'll leave you just with this one final question, and it might be the hardest one because I don't have an answer myself. What is your favourite ABBA song?
I kind of knew you were going to say that. People ask me this. People ask us this after the show. Do you know, it can change. I think in the past it used to be like Dancing Queen because, you know, it's just so iconic. I've got to say at the moment, it's probably Chiquitita. I think with that song, you know, it's sort of, it's very heartfelt and it touches on, you know, a friend going through struggles and like picking each other up and getting through those hard times. But also just musically, it's just so beautiful. The harmonies are amazing. And then I feel like the song's got everything because at the end, when the beat comes in a bit more, we always have the audience like clapping along. So yeah, I feel at the moment that song with the journey it goes on, that's probably my favourite. But you could ask me in a week's time and I'll tell you, you know, Mamma Mia.
Yeah, that's the way it goes with ABBA. It's so hard to just focus in on one song because they're all so amazing and so iconic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Joanna. I really appreciate you talking to me.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for taking the time. And yeah, again, anyone on the fence, come along. I guarantee a good time.
Yeah, 12th of July, the queue at Queanbeyan. You can get your tickets online. Just look up Abbalanche and you will have an outstanding time. We can guarantee it.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you there.
That was Joanna Walters of Abbalanche speaking about their upcoming show. And speaking of shows, that's ours done for this week. Reminder that if you want to get in contact with us in the middle of the show, you can text 0415 774 405, just like Zoe B did. Loving the show, guys. Highly recommend Abba Voyage.
Love it.
I found out that James went and I'm still not happy about it. I'm going to go home and stew about it. I'm going to hold a grudge against you for this.
Oh, no.
I'm glad. You sound sarcastic. I'm glad you had fun.
It was awesome. Just like today was awesome. Had a great time. And thanks to all our guests for coming and joining us. Thank you to Haya and Luke from Reclink Community Cup,
Yes.
Abbey Best, Jett Blyton, Hannah, and of course Abbalanche there at the end.
Definitely, and make sure to follow our socials at UCFM_87.8 on Instagram to keep up to date with what's happening.
We'll be back again next Tuesday. You can find past episodes of this show and all other UCFM shows on our website, ucfm.com.au.